What's going on? I know y'all miss my voice, man. Transferable Experience Podcast, TEP episode. What is this, 81?
That feels
Yeah,
right.
I think it's 81. I watched the last one.
How did you feel about it?
It was good.
Some predictions?
Yeah, it was
football
good. Yeah,
season?
it was some good predictions. Hey, couple surprises. You know, couple surprises.
Oh, this is 81. Look at you.
Hey, I'm tapped in. Hey, even when I'm not here, I'm tapped in. Okay, but no, man. I want to apologize, man. Well, first of all, we got Ed in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm here. I'm back. Jew is here. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about my absence, but life was lifing, man. Life was lifing, and sometimes in life you just can't avoid it. And I couldn't. So yeah, I was absent, but I'm back though. You know, thank you. Hey, shout out to Kendall. I'm gonna give my boy some hand.
Yeah, he did a good job for me, man. It was definitely a sports podcast,
And I want
to its core.
Yeah, it was. And I want everybody to know that I was pretty mad with Ed when he came up with the idea of wanting to do the podcast with Kendall. When you hear this, I was like, bro, you know I want to be there with Kendall there. You know I want to be there. But no, Ed made the executive decision.
But I mean, Kendall, he said he'll definitely come back on.
Yeah,
that's why we didn't do like the traditional format of having the guests to talk about their life because you know Kendall, a man of many stories. We just kind of jumped right into it. Yeah,
no, for sure. And you know, man, that's my guy. That's my brother. Congrats on his little his newborn and everything like that. You know, we love him. And then he'll be back on here. So
for sure.
Hey, so y'all get used to that voice because you're gonna hear that a lot more.
Yeah, it'll be a very more of a traditional.
Did you tell him the topic I want to do with him?
I did not. See,
okay, that's good. Because that would have led into some stories.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, nah,
I take that back.
We're just gonna get straight to it. Like, I pretty much just treated it as though it was you. So I was just asking for his update. We just went straight to it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I don't know. Because I know anything can trigger him to get into his storytelling mode.
You know, I'm about to say he have tangents, but tangents like have a bad connotation of like if I say I'll go off on a tangent, it don't really got nothing to do with the main conversation. He do that, but he could tie it back in. He's like, I only said
he's just one of them people that got stories and everything.
But he did so much. He did. I'm sorry.
You know when a man has lived a full life,
he got a story for every situation.
But yeah, we'll say that for
another episode.
When he come on. Yeah.
That's his episode. This episode is episode 81. TEP, we here. Ed, how you been, man?
Man, you know me, if I don't give you a weekly update, it's just too much to update. So I've been good. I've been good, man. Just doing this boxing stuff, man. And
they getting right? Them hands getting right?
I think I'm getting better, man. You know, you start working on like just the bare minimum, then you start to like refine the bare minimum. Now you starting to like get ready to like spar. So it's like keeping your head off the line, not keeping your head still, so you can just be, easily just
hittable,
punch in the face.
Yeah,
the importance of like keeping moving, because if you don't keep moving, then
you just become a steel target. Yeah.
So
sorry.
Yeah, so it's been good, man. Other than that, it's just been life. Just been life, and man, nothing too much. I actually kind of like took a step back from everything because, I was just trying to live a fulfilled life that's not, dependent on like nothing related to dating. So I don't know. It just became.
Did you
to the point where I had something to do every day, and it was just what you gonna ask?
I forgot to text you that Wednesday. Did you take that day off?
Man, I took like
because remember my last episode we talked about you needing to take a day off and how.
Oh well, yeah, I ended up taking a week off. So I worked, but I'm talking about like
I know you worked
my
out.
Personal life. I had to pause. Like I wasn't doing boxing.
You didn't go boxing?
I didn't know. I didn't make social plans.
Really?
I needed a week of stillness.
Just recluse.
Just work out, get back to my normal self. So like
you normal 1, 2?
Yeah, man. So I kind of just had to take a step back because I was just tired, and I felt like I just was getting pulled in all different directions.
Yeah, that's what you sounded
and then
like.
too, none of it was money related. So I was like, I don't have to do none of this. Seriously, you know how I am.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to do none of this technically.
Yeah, you so
So I was like, I'm not doing
so
none of
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So I just
didn't
do nothing.
As a friend, I'm happy to hear that you did take that time for yourself, though. Like that's like I'm happy that we recognized it, pinpointed it, and you and you made the decision of of you needing to do that. So I'm happy to hear that.
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna let you give an update how you been, because that's gonna lead me into my topic, man, that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, well, no, okay, no, you got it. Man, it's been a turbulent week and a half with me. So this is a Transferable Experience podcast. So I'll be transferable. I am dealing with the current passing. Some people might call it the transition or death of my aunt, of my Aunt Marva. So rest in peace to my Aunt Marva, man. We're gonna give her some claps, man. If you listen to this and you know my Aunt Marva, you know what she meant to the family, man. Like, so last the story really started like 2-3 weeks ago, but I just making sure. So she definitely was hospitalized due to like a fainting. In the process of her fainting, she suffered some damage or whatever, and some brain damage. So when she got to the hospital, the brain damage turned out to be more severe than what we thought it was. She was trying to make a comeback, but her body ultimately knew it was time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from that point, we was faced with the big decision. Not even we, but my cousin, her son. And you know, like, you ever watch somebody make a big decision? Like, you might be on the outside, but it's like, like, this is a big decision for them. Like, like life altering, you know? And this comes from the same guy that saw Ed sign his scholarship. That was very anticlimactic. We were just playing the NCAA. People came in there, Ed signed your little thing, your intent. He signed it. I don't even think he looked at the paper.
I didn't.
He just signed the paper. Well, we playing the game. He just signed it. And I was like, "Hey, you go to La Tech now?" He was like, "Yeah, I guess I am. I'm running." I said, "You run the track for them?" He was like, "Yeah." That was it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was life altering. But to the listeners, that's how it was very anticlimactic.
The game didn't stop.
The game didn't. No, we didn't press pause at all. Like, we was picking plays while he was like signing his stuff. But anyway, I watched my cousin like from afar and through other people. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of. Sorry, get my headphones right. But anyway, you know, like, I saw him filtering. You know what I mean? Like, and given the circumstance, we know this is pretty critical. Like, this is his mother. You know what I mean? And DJ, if you listen, I love you and I respect you for everything that you've done, and continue to do and are doing right now, because you got a lot on your shoulders. But anyway, I was like, man, like, you know, like, that's an impossible situation to be put in, you know, to be the deciding factor of life and death, in a sense, because we all believers here, so the ultimate choice is up there, but you know, down here to even like be the person that give it to God, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was very heavy, and that's what caused me to come away from the show, because my cousin requested. He said, "Hey, you know this." He's like, "Man, I want as much people there as possible to be supportive. I need the support of the family.
Yeah,
it'll mean a lot if y'all there." This was told to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was echoed to me on the weekend. I'm doing what I do on the weekend. You know what I mean? And I get this message. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not at my spot. I'm at another spot. 1 a.m. My socks off. You know.
It's real life.
Real life. My socks off. My bad. Miko go love that. But my socks was off. But anyway, I get the message, like, hey, it went from let's see what can happen to it's going down. You know what I mean? So I was like, dang. Okay. And you get, that's when the phone go crazy. Mm-hmm. When you get phone calls at like 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning, it's something. It's like, you're like, okay, this.
Especially if you get multiple
phone calls. Like you hang up to somebody else's call, you're like, okay, something happening. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I make the story, I speed it along. I'm like, yeah, man, and I'm a person, throughout all these episodes, if you're a return listener, if you're a first time listener, I'll let you know, like, I'm very family oriented. Yeah, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know how our family is. We have a very close family. Like, if one is going through something, we all kind of take it on amongst ourselves and try to hold each other up,
Yeah.
So I called my boss the next day. And I was like, hey, man, I'm probably going to head home tonight. You know what I mean? Like, this life-changing decision is about to happen, and we all want to be there for, my big cousin, but he kind of like a big brother to me, really, DJ, you know what I mean? He's kind of like a big, along with the other ones that
Yeah.
But, he's one of them kind of like a father figure when I ain't had one, you know what I mean? And I wanted to show him that his well-being and his mother's well-being meant that much to me in the same way that they gave me love. You know what I mean? So we're down there. That's why I wasn't here for the last episode. Had to book it down there, and it's coming along though. So like the week, my week for me physically has been like nomadic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But internally, it's been very like dang, like I'm trying to pinpoint my feelings because I ain't had the day. I ain't cried yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I know we had an episode on grief a year ago. You know what I'm saying? We did. That was crazy, huh? Both of us dealt with some grief last year, and it's crazy. A year later, here we are.
Yeah.
But I ain't had that moment yet, so I don't know when that's gonna hit. But no. Kind of been dealing with that, but it's okay. I've been finding ways to center myself. Like, thank God we got some good friends. Y'all keep me laughing. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But this week we got the funeral, so the actual funeral, and it's been kind of hectic. Getting everything together. Like, don't nothing bring out. I was talking to my mama today on the phone. And my mama is, my aunt that died, that's my mom's oldest sister. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, we got to understand sometimes with our parents, siblings, and other people older than us, like, there was a version of them that they knew before we was even born. You know what I'm saying? So, like, her emotional connection is kind of like, it's not through me, It's one-on-one,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know her as like my mama's sister, like my aunt. She know her as her big sister. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But anyway, I say all that to say, we was talking about it, and I was saying like something about, I would say death, but the category that it kind of falls under is just like life-altering events or like life-shaping events. Mm-hmm. Something about those moments, say like a death, you win the lottery, you know what I'm saying, or you come into some big money, or like those type of things that like drastically just upheave everybody's perception of like what's about to happen. Mm-hmm. Something about that just brings a lot of emotions like up front, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why. That's what I've been thinking about lately. Like, what about death, or those, to a lesser degree, death, what about that brings that to the forefront, And I think one of my answers is, and this ain't the topic, I mean, Ed got the topic, but I'm saying like, one of those things I think is like, and you tell me what you think, Ed. I think that in those times, everybody is trying to show their reverence. Like, okay, that's just death. I'm sorry. Somebody passing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's trying to show their reverence to that person
mm-hmm.
in the way that they see fit or what they think will make them the most proud.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that clashes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for us, it does. Some people want to, I can't show up this way, but I can show up this way because this is how me and her used to rock. Or I want to make sure her funeral is big and grand because I think she deserves that.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to do it over here. Oh, I know her. She don't even like that. She don't even like that color. Me and her used to like yellow. Why you putting that pink up there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of that's going on, and I just sit back and I listen because now we having these. We older now, so we having these family conversations, and now that we older,
you're not in the other room. You get to hear them.
They like, hey, Jude, what you think?
Yeah,
what you think we should do? I'm gonna tell you what you know what I'm saying? Like, with dang, I ain't know I had to say so.
Yeah,
but now you do,
mm-hmm.
and it's crazy, but that's kind of been my little week. But I've been having my little fun, balancing it, not staying stuck in because you know me, I'm not gonna wallow.
Mm-hmm.
I might listen to a couple Drake albums in a night, but in a night, I ain't gonna just severely wallow. So I've been having some good times too, though, phone calls, things like that. So and everybody's been pretty cool. And when I was home, I got to see some friends and stuff, stuff like that. Did the usual, but it's been good. But that's it for me, man.
Yeah, that's interesting because you said it because I felt like that way too. Is like.
Yeah.
If it's something like that going on, it's like I know that's going on and I want to acknowledge it, but I also want to be able to do something outside it and that not be bought up.
Yes.
So I can kind of like balance out or just get some time away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be consumed.
Yeah, so it don't consume me.
Yeah.
Because I know how that's how I was. I don't know. I feel like like some people I don't even know if I necessarily told them because I knew if I told them instantly what the conversations was going to be centered around.
I made the mistake.
Like, like sometimes you just want somebody where you can kind of just not just focus on it to where it do like consume you. So, because I feel like that's the times maybe you do kind of like wallow in it and stuff. And then it's like, I can't avoid, like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's real, but it's like,
yeah.
At some point, you just need like a little time away.
Yes.
Because
you're right. Some people I like I purposely didn't tell them. You know what I mean? Like
just so the conversation can go on as usual and
not be so solemn
or centered around it. That is going on. I know, but and it's on my mind. So honestly, this is my time to not think about that per se.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
If it's just my thoughts to myself, it go instantly back to that. So this is just like my little, we get like a little recess break at work, at school, just a little time away.
Just a time away, hands free.
I got to go back to it, and I know that, and I'm not running from it, but just need a little time so it ain't just consuming me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But that is interesting when you were saying, I didn't think about that, where it's like, how you say everybody want to honor a person in the way that they think. They would appreciate most. And then, that's true. I mean, what gets tricky about that is like everybody is multifaceted. Nobody is just the same.
For sure.
Every way. And then it's like, too, you got to think like you might have like friends where every time y'all talk deep life future, other friends, it's more lighthearted. What you think I might want, maybe what a piece of me I might want, and he might, and and that's how I go around. Where it's like, these are different pieces of me, but I am multifaceted. So you really gotta like combine them all, because if you just get this one piece where it's like, oh well, that's some of it, but
I need this too.
Like, I don't want people crying. I want people having a good time. But it need to be a point where we talk about my character and the type of person I was, and that's what the one that we just always had TED Talks. They don't know that about me, but this one he might, and one I might just say, hey, don't invite her to my funeral.
I got that list, by the way.
So that might be a piece.
I got that list. I still got that list.
I need all that encompassed like into one. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. That is true. Like everybody trying to honor him in the best way, but at the end of the day, like that was a multifaceted individual, and everybody had different relationships with the person. It wasn't completely the same.
And that's why I said like you got to recognize somebody's relationship to somebody is theirs.
Yeah.
Like I'm honored in the way I honor that person based on my relationship with them.
And not to say that that's false. It's just not the end all be all.
It's not the end all be all.
Because that was your relationship, but theirs, heck, that may have just been who they wanted to call and joke with on the phone. So they just know him as kind of more of a lighthearted person.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a side. But
and you know what's crazy? It's funny that we even talk about this. And I saved this. You know what weekend this is? By the time this come out? The passing of our brother, Reggie Garrett.
Oh, dang, yeah.
That's September 17th.
Yeah, that is.
2010. Yeah. So, and this will be 12 years after his, I didn't want to make this episode about this. I kind of just thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good example. Because there's the way that you interacted with Reggie and how you knew him. Mm-hmm. And there's the way that I interacted with Reggie and how I knew him. And it did kind of join at one point, but even before that,
it was a little different.
It was a little different, like how I knew Reggie and was introduced to him, and his dad, my mom was classmates and real good friends, so we was over there and stuff all the time. But that's a big dude, because, a big factor. He's a big factor this weekend because he touched a lot of people, and
that's what I say. And then that's a perfect example of a multifaceted person.
Exactly.
Some people just knew him as the quarterback of the football team, which small town football team.
It rules everything.
It's like I guess it's equivalent to like a collegiate athlete thing here.
Yes, it is.
So it's like that was one part. Because just to be transparent, we even talked about that where it was like. That was a part of him. He played football.
But that wasn't...
I was like, I done seen this man just do amazing things on Guitar Hero with an Etch-a-Sketch.
A calculator? No calculator.
When he casually just made beats.
Yeah,
like
he did make beats.
It was a lot of parts of him.
He could paint.
I must say he was artistic. He could do Etch-a-Sketch, but he could just draw too. Then it was just... Yeah, just to play Halo and stuff.
Yeah, like play Halo, come hang out. He was a good basketball player. Some would say he was a better basketball player.
I might say Squires is kept heck of a basketball player.
Some people say he was a better basketball player than he was a football player.
Did he play basketball his junior year?
His senior?
Junior year.
He was on the team.
Oh, well, then I guess that's it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I didn't play my junior year, did I not? Or did I play? I don't know.
I don't know.
But anywho, he was really good at basketball. That's why I was like,
yeah. And you know what's funny, man? Like, go ahead. No,
I was saying, I think that's like a testament to it's so many aspects of a person, but you only know one, so he get uplifted as a football player. I was like, nah, I think, like you say, heck, he might have been better at basketball or just as good, or with the art stuff, heck.
And he was
just as good,
and he was just straight up smart. Like
I must say, then was an intelligent man. You remember once he had passed, our English teacher read his paper that he turned in, and it was like one of the most amazing things ever. That
it was.
It wasn't a dry eye in the room, so it's like all this, but you just minimize them to this. But it's not that you minimize them; it's just that's what you knew him as. That was your relationship to him as. But you got people like us that kind of. We still. Person completely, but we had way more of a wider scope
and insight
of what he was, and so I think that's like a perfect example to what you're saying, where it's like, and then again, the community knew him as this, so that's what they try to hold him in reverence as, just a football player who had a future. Where it was like, oh nah, that was the tip of the iceberg. Really, you didn't know. You knew a small fraction of what he really was.
Yeah, yes sir.
At 17,
come on, that was so crazy about it. Like, you know what? And I used to think to myself, like, how can one person be so good at so many things? I think that's the biggest question I used to have about Reggie. Like, like how you so good at so many things? And now looking back at 17, you know what I'm saying? 17. Like, I wasn't that good at nothing but.
Yeah, man. See, that's the kind of stuff I worry about. I'd be like, man, like, you know me as this, and that's true, but it's so many more parts. Yeah,
me too, man. And I wonder, like, and it's crazy, like you don't really get that full spectrum till after you pass. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say some people don't know you as this.
You not even gonna. There's people that got stories of you, Ed, that's not even gonna share them until that time.
And then too, because it's like even like your parents, like they've been knowing you since you was born. Mm-hmm. I remember my mom. I think it was my mom or my dad. They was like, "You funny?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That ain't our dynamic." I said, "That ain't our dynamic." So I ain't trying to joke with you. Yeah, I don't get my stuff off with you. But yeah, that's an aspect of me. But it's like, see, is that type of stuff where if you ain't got that type of dynamic with me, you wouldn't even know.
No, you wouldn't even know.
I'm an all right dancer. Again, you don't know.
I didn't see you eat. I didn't see you eat some stuff.
That's the thing, man. It's crazy because it's like, and then like you said, honestly, in most scenarios, unfortunately, they really don't all come. It might come together at your wedding, but not quite. But
you're right.
They normally don't honestly just candidly all the way come out
until
you transition. So that's when people are like, oh nah, he was this. What? Would have never known.
How many times you be like, well, I never even knew that. I didn't even know that about that guy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he did that. Oh, I'm like, especially too, like it's like your older relatives and you only know them as old. With all due respect, but you only know them at that part of their life, so you don't know what they was like when they was teenagers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, so my mom, like with my aunt, she saw my aunt at 21. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing she used to say, my aunt, she said, "Hey Marvin." She used to have all the new music. And she said, you got to think about it. This was like in the 70s. Like, it wasn't just like CDs like that. This is actual vinyls.
I said that was work. You had to go to the store.
You had to go get there. She like,
that wasn't like on your phone, readily available.
And she was like, bro, she would have like the new, her and her the dude she with. She like, they would have that music when it came out.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you? It's like, who are you plugged into to get the vinyl of this Marvin Gaye when it just came out yesterday?
Yeah,
that's crazy. But
hell, even if you had to actually buy music, so the fact that you could afford it, now everybody want to come and listen to.
Think about that. Look at these albums come out every Friday. If we just had to buy them, we'd be like, I'm about to skip that little baby this week. Well, I might get the little baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. But that's so interesting.
But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
It's like you say, you would never known those parts, and like I say, they honestly don't even come out to the funeral because, like, even like. I don't know. Like I just started to think about like the people that passed in my life when it was like when they started to talk about them as I'm like, dang, I never thought. Yeah, they was my age or they was this age at one point. How was they then? And it's like if people can tell you stories about that time with them at that age, you're like, oh shoot, I'd never crossed my mind. You know, because you kind of like that's like something in psychology. You kind of only know people from the age that you like know them as, and they don't really age. So like,
So if you meet somebody like at a young age, you're gonna have this association with them as a young person. Well, they say
that's like a thing with your parents. Like once you move out, they don't age in your mind, so you still see them at the age that when you left, but you don't realize now they actually getting older.
But
now I'm gonna say too, like your grandparent, you don't ever think, oh yeah, they was 21, they was
that's
like,
true.
how was you when you was 21? You never think. You just say, oh, that's my grandma.
What's my grandma like
standing?
I know that she's
individual, pristine and stuff. But you don't think, hey, how was you at this age? And like I said, most of that kind of stuff you don't find out until. You know, unfortunately that they transition. But that to say, like, that is very true, man, where it's like, that is a lot to bring together everybody version of one person to try to make a singular thing that upholds them in the best way everybody feel fit.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Because you've been a best man at a wedding.
Not a best man, a groomsman.
A groomsman.
Not a best
man. You
had
a speech, though.
I asked to give a speech. There, I said
it. Breaking news! I thought that they gave you that speech.
I mean, I asked and then I got it. I felt compelled to speak.
We'll get the rest of that story from the other guy.
Speaker.
The other guy will be here soon. We're gonna get the other side. We're gonna get the other side of that. No, but I want to ask you, how was that like at a wedding? Like, you know, at a funeral or in times of grief.
Yeah.
Has more of a solemn connotation. Man, she sure was a good person.
Yeah.
She was a good person. I'ma miss her when she used to.
Mm-hmm.
At a wedding, those words are different.
I'm about to say it's the same but opposite. Like, because you kind of speak to a person.
You still kind of say those type of phrases.
Yeah, you kind of speak to a person and their character, but it's more so like
hey, Ed, give you a speech.
It's more so like an individual, but them combined. But you kind of like individual it out, but then kind of talk about them combined. But it's now that you say that, it's eerily similar.
Yeah,
it's just not sad because
it's the same stuff, just not.
It's more so the beginning of something new rather than the end.
Because it's a life changing event.
Yeah, but it is the beginning rather than the end.
So it's like, man, I'm gonna miss when.
But it's more so like I say. Almost, you might tell the same stories, but they just have a happy connotation behind it. Like,
that's crazy.
Man, I remember, man, when we was me and you. I remember, like, we always talked about what this would look like. We was wide in the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Had that weekend song on repeat. It was the same song. We just didn't change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talked about, so it's just like it's happier, but it's kind of the same thing where you like,
you just brought that full circle for me,
because it is people of different phases of your life. You might have like a childhood friend,
work
college
friend,
a work friend, and
just this dude that you met one time.
Like more so like people but from a distance, like a church member or stuff like that. So it is
boss or something.
Yeah, it is very similar where people kind of just speak to how they know you in different ways, and it's all coming together, except you there, so you get to like
enjoy it. Oh, go ahead.
You get to choose how you said how people want to honor you in the best way you see fit. You get to say, nah, this is the best way to honor me, how I see fit, because I'm here. But it is the same though, because they come in there to support you, and it's people from different aspects of your life, so they can talk about different things that others may not know.
I didn't even think about it.
Because when I went to a wedding, it was like people from like their college years, people that's been knowing them their whole life, or me like that met them later on in like more so their adult life, so they can only speak from this time point to this.
Yeah, you can't talk about them as a kid,
or like in their early 20s, because I didn't know them. So it is very similar. Like I say, it just has a happy connotation. I mean, you still cry, but it's not.
Tears of joy.
Yeah, not of sadness and pain.
But it's crazy. I got so many thoughts. First of all, I'm thinking this. Your wedding guest list and your funeral guest list should be the same.
Yeah, they should.
Like, they should be the same.
Yes, it shouldn't be no difference.
That's crazy. And also, the speech you tell at a wedding, you could probably tell it at a funeral.
Yeah.
Can you tell your speech at a funeral?
Yeah,
I haven't given a speech, but
I mean, heck, I cried at the wedding. So yeah, but no, because you just speak to how a person's character and how you felt about them and y'all relationship and what they meant to you. So it really is the same. Dang, your wedding list should be your funeral list. Yeah, dang.
Give me a second. That's sitting there with me. That's crazy.
I never thought about that.
There
should be no difference.
Why? I mean, why should it be? You know what I mean? You might meet some more people along your marriage.
But in theory,
like those
same people that you value like that should be there for that too.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, you gotta. I ain't gonna lie. You kind of blew my top with that pause. But
I'm saying that's what you came up with. I didn't even make that correlation.
But you know what, though? I will say this. Just to kind of come through it, be a little transferable. Both of those events are a culmination of, like, emotions and feelings that you have for the person that the occasion is for.
Mm-hmm.
So all you're trying to do is convey to them how much you mean to them. And kind of what's the difference in what you said. I hate to reiterate, but I'm sorry if I'm reiterating. In one instance, the person is there to receive it. In the other instance, they're not there physically to receive it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's crazy? That little factor is the only difference. Yeah. That's the only difference, bro.
That literally is
the person that is for is there. In the other situation, they're not there.
Yeah.
Physically, I mean, you know what I mean? Physically. Dang, man. That kind of just lifted me up a little.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
That kind of just lifted me up, man, because like, and you know, people say like, and you know, that's why they do second lines in New Orleans. You know, it shouldn't be sad. You know what I mean? Like, it should be a good thing. They going on to another plane. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with marriage. Like, it's a good thing. Like, you about to experience life on a whole new, what they say, a generational paradigm shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's for them listening. They gonna know.
Yeah.
They gonna know. But anyway, what I would say, dang, yeah, I don't even know where to go with this, man. Like,
that's true, man.
That's true.
That's a hell of a discovery.
Like, I'm about to be thinking about this tonight, bro. Like, your wedding and your funeral, it's like the same. Man.
Like I say, you just there to receive one of them physically, and the other one you're not there.
And then you have a reception, then a repast. They do the same thing after.
Yeah, wedding reception.
And then a repast. Dang.
Not that much of a difference.
Dang, man. But you know, it was also interesting to see my different family members processing it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, we got the whole spectrum in my family. We got extroverts, introverts. We got people that talk a lot, people that don't talk. Got people that drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? People that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got everything. So you be like, dang, Bo, hey, Bo over there in the corner on his fourth little J.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm on my 10th cup.
My goodness.
Tit.
Yeah.
Tit on tit.
Yeah.
What's up, Migo? Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, dang, that's how he do it. This how I'm doing it.
And there might be somebody that y'all ain't seen since the news came because they just isolate themselves. And you got the one where he just been at work because he just got to keep himself busy.
He got to keep himself busy. Man.
Yeah. Everybody
they've been telling him to go home.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm coming.
Hey, you don't want to take some time? Nah,
I'm good. I'm good.
Actually, I'm gonna pick up shift.
I'm coming tomorrow early. I'm gonna pull a 16.
Yeah,
you know,
people got to preoccupy themselves and help them. Everybody deal with things differently.
Yes, sir. But no, man. I guess the secondary thing is just like when you recognize that you're getting older. I don't know, like. How I'm trying to see how I can frame this, because I mentioned this earlier when I was explaining like how like we not the kids in the family no more.
Mm-hmm.
We the grown ups. Like we the grown ups. Like, so when situations that happen in the family come down, like they involve you now. Like,
yeah,
and it ain't like. I don't know. How do you even feel about that? I mean, maybe you don't even care. I don't know. I ain't gonna say you don't care. Maybe it's not a big thing for you, but I know it is for me. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of have a unit over there at the Platt household. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like when people get old enough, it's like, hey, you got to come in. You got to come like help this out and. I guess it's just like stunting me.
Changing from boy to a man.
Yeah. You're right. Because this our second death in 2 years.
Yeah.
Uncle died last year. Aunt Dad died this year. I'm like, dang, like, we losing people. You know what I mean? And you know me, I ain't really just the most familiar with death. You know, like that. Like, so it's like, hey, 2 years, I'm like, oh, everybody going. You know? So I'm trying to just refocus on what it even means to keep the family together and stuff like that, and that's kind of where my mental been at. But what you got for us, man? You got something for us over there?
Nah, man. I felt like that's it. We brought that full circle with the funerals and weddings and stuff, man.
That's crazy.
I've never in my life thought about that.
That's the same thing, bro.
Because that guest list should be exactly the same. Unless you meet new people along the way.
Your marriage. That's what I'm saying. Only new people to people. Like, if it's anybody else different, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That should essentially be like the same base for the most part.
Yeah. Shoot, that's all we got, man. That's all we got.
Yeah, man. I think that was.
It was quick to the point.
That was some stuff in there, man.
Yeah, we got in, got out, man.
We drew a circle, man. We bought that full circle.
That's what happens, though. But I do want to say this though, because by the time you hear this, the funeral will be over and done, and my honor be in the ground. So this woman, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, Ed, like, this one of the people that like paid my rent and stuff when I was in college, like when I didn't have it. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. She looked out for me a lot. I just want to say, hey, Marvin. And I know DJ listens to the podcast. Yeah. Because he don't quote us.
Yeah.
But he be like, he one of them, hey, that last episode.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like that? He's like, yeah, man. It don't be Jordan. It be some other ones. It don't be the favorite ones. It be some, dang, you know you was into that. You know what I'm saying?
You got to really listen to it and have heard that.
Yeah. I say, yeah, you tapped in.
Yeah.
But when I say, just rest in peace, Aunt Marvin, but also rest in peace to Reggie.
Yeah,
because this is his weekend too, and he do mean a lot to us.
I say that's 12.
Yeah.
12, which was his number in football.
And I'm gonna tell you about the other stuff off mic, but yeah, 12, man. And to be honest, like, part of what you see here on the podcast, he was a part of that too.
Yeah.
He was up there in 23rd having those wild conversations.
Yeah.
He was in those classrooms with with us. But we want to just give and I know Bree listened to his little sister. Shout out to you, Bree. I think what you're doing is good. We just want to show reverence to everybody. And also thank you to all our loved ones and all the people that listen. Ed, take us out.
We appreciate it and love all y'all. And this has been episode 81 of the Transferable Experience podcast.
By the time you hear this, the Chiefs going to be 2-0.
Possibly that. And, remember to do all the things on all the things.
See, there he go.
All right, y'all. Till next time.
Episode 81.